Roguelikes are typically games that keep on giving. They are deeply replayable, let you sit in it for short sessions or long ones, and the genre itself won't stop expanding. Hello everybody, welcome to our new review, and today and tonight or in this morning we're gonna review The Eyes in the Dark, the curious case of one victim Bloom. So it describes itself like a roguelike and shows off exactly how this genre of the game continues to be fresh and innovative when it may seem that it has been done before. Eyes in the Dark is a side-scrolling roguelike that uses twin-stick controls, and it features a manner of 9 zones that are procedurally generated per each attempt and utilize the powerful customizable flashlight as its self-main tool. It's a title that is designed to be replayed for years to come, and it's one that I almost certainly will continue to pick up long after this review is made. So, meet the Victoria Bloom. Victoria is relevant to be the youngest from a long family tree made up of scientists and tinkerers, and you first see her and she travels to visit her grandpa at the beloved family mansion on the Bloom Manor. It's all very Belmont, right? Upon arrival at the house, however, it soon becomes apparent that the Bloom Manor is rampant with the monsters and only Victoria is available put to stop them. She will not result until she defeats every guardian across the mansion and is reunited with her dear grandpa at long last. And there are so many secrets to uncover along the way, all obstructed by the darkness. The first thing that I catch anyone's attention when it comes to the Eyes of the Dark is the environmental design. And the realm of Bloom Manor is strictly monochrome and carefully illustrated, and you don't get to see every crevice of the mansion without a title look. Bloom Manor levels are initially shrouded in the darkness, a fog so thick that the plenty of creatures hiding away it. Using your flashlight, the main gimmick for this game, you can gradually dispel the dark and revel into your surroundings to take a closer look or finish off that spider that keeps chasing you. Light combat and having players clear environment of the darkness also demands that the players focus on the environment, and for the reasons, obviously. It's so easy to miss something good that the darkness can conceal the cheese, trapdoors, and sometimes even the black bug out that you simply cannot interact with, while hide a secret or two. The wardrobe you keep jumping atop, you can actually open it for a reward. And the secrets simply do not stop there. Not only is that monochrome manor incredibly nice to look at, but engaging too. Blinding of eye sac eat you hard out. The flashlight in the Eyes of the Dark is interesting primacy mechanics. While Victoria can barely run through the darkness to clear the mock away, it's unsafe to do so. There is no telling what lurks in the dark after all. The flashing can be used to clear the darkness, combat enemies, and collect the sparks, a currency that can be used to purchase further modification for the items. It can be aimed 360 degrees for the perfect enemy tracking, and it won't want to refill your slideshot with the ammo, and it boils down to slaying enemies with your torch. This sounds cool, right? A torch in the game that isn't completely redundant. That it's rare. If you ask me to consider me sold, take notes, Mr. Wig. In this mesmerizing mansion full of creepy crawlies, the flashlight feels like your only friend. There are so many unique modifications to try, ranging from the electricity bulbs that will attack multiple enemies with a chain of the energy, to items that add burn damage or shot water at the foes. Certain batteries can improve your range of the attack, and so forth. There are so many ways in which your items can be modified over the time. This paired with the procedurally generated zones means that not 2 turns about the haunted house are ever the same. On the top of that, enemies across Eyes in the Dark add more depth to the texture to each round thanks to specific challenges that are important. Some bugs will fly at you relentlessly, so it's up to you to hide and pick to fire on them. On the other hand, other bugs will be shut away by the light, so fighting with them requires acting like a slower and being more thoughtful. Spiders can't jump very far, beetles stay along one platform, and many other critters that I simply couldn't identify to do other things that you were forced to rethink the way you play. What's about the leeches and the others? About the monsters to deal with. So that's negative. Even the changing Bloom Manor, you'll become accustomed to the critters. Quitting the game will find yourself studying their every move so that you know how to prepare. The strategic planning required for those more difficult later battles is particularly grilling. Eyes in the dark may look cute, but it isn't easy, so you're not going to want to neglect your dog with these projects. And as I said before, it isn't easy, so we are not going to neglect your dodge functions, which temporarily render to immune the damage. This simple ability defined pulled me out for a pitch on more than one occasion. Boss fights do not feel too far removed for the level in Super Mario Bros. Either weirdly. As you traverse out a zone, clear the endemic critters you want, and end up locking with the enemy's room with the monsters to deal with. As you try to quash them with the bow, torch, and the slide shot, there are often be a handful of the minions to get with, a chest or two. Beyond this, you are hopping around, avoiding incoming projectors just as Mario would, trying to land shots on the deadly foe. That's only the difference why the monochrome environment and the fact you're trying to rescue your grandpa from these monsters are not the Princess Peach. Combat is incredibly satisfying. Throughout your experience, the fulfilling gameplay feels even more rewarding as you round up sparks and retrieve knowledge that can be used for items to make you even more powerful for your next run, or simply to make the next run different. It's up to you, and it makes you feel in charge of your fate. Eyes in the Dark is also privy to inspiration from some literary greats, H.P. Lovecraft, Edgar Allan Poe, and the reference to the work of those authors established a real gloomy gothic moods across the manor. If you are up to Tim Burton via Hades, you are going to be all over this. In fact, you traverse the zone in Victoria and fight lights against the darkness. It almost feels like you're playing a Lovecraft tale. This is only reinforced when you first meet the Edgar, the Raven merchant who collects and sells shiny wares. Not only does the Raven share a name with Americans' favorite anti-transcendentalist, but their existence of the bird of misfortune is so clearly modeled of the Poe's famous poem, The Raven. With this being a game about the mansion shrouded in the darkness, these subtle references to the classic Gothic literature becomes a core part of the whole experience. However, you may also notice subtle similarities to Limbo, Metal Slug, and even the Cartoon Network's classic Samurai Jack. The latter may seem odd, but the game director Vladimir Bogdanich shared this a while back in an interview with Shack News. When you analyze these titles, it's quite amazing to see how deeply implemented the developer inspirations are, while keeping the game itself incredibly fresh in a world of never-ending roguelikes. Eyes on the Dark offers a whole range of replayability in this sense, given that your items and modification can dramatically change how gameplay goes down. In addition, the Manor 9 zones can also be played and replayed in other orders and in a difficulty. You can start in a garden and end in a foyer, vice versa, and you can plan what order to visit each zone depending on how much trouble they gave you, which is nice touch for spicing up gameplay. That's the game apart from the genre statements too. Eyes in the Dark is a real testament to the efforts and inspiration of developer under the stairs, and after this experience with the Bloom Manor, I truly look forward to see what it's capable of next. Bye.